So a lot of times we're working with really big or really small numbers in science, and having a whole bunch of zeros, whether it's after a decimal or at the end of a number, is annoying. So we use scientific notation. The truth is that most of your calculators can turn things into and out of scientific notation for you if you know how to use their different modes. So hopefully we'll do some videos on calculator usage. There's so many different types of calculators. I have to figure out what to do there. But if you know how to do this in your calculator, great, fine, go for it, no problem. I just need you to understand a little bit about what scientific notation represents. So for instance, the number 1.62 times 10 to the 4th, that's a number that's in scientific notation. If I want to take it out of scientific notation, or if I want to really understand, is this a big number or a small number, that would be using what's called standard notation. So standard notation is just not scientific, it's just regular numbers. Standard notation for this number would be 16,200. How I get there is by moving the decimal place. So whenever I have a positive exponent, the decimal place is moving to the right. So it was here, I moved it twice. Then I would move it 2 more times. So 1.62, I moved it twice. I have to move it 2 more times and I fill those in with zeros. That's how I got this number. Again, if you type this in your calculator and press enter, it'll probably tell you 16,200. What I care about is that when you see 1.62 times 10 to the 4th, that you know that that is a number that is much bigger than the number 1. Versus 1.62 times 10 to the negative 4th. Negative means the decimal moves to the left rather than the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Filling in with zeros. Times 1.6 times the negative 4th in standard notation is a number much smaller than 1. So as long as you can see this and think big number, see this and think small number, and you can type things in your calculator correctly, you're good. A summary for those of you who like for your notes. Positive exponent means that the number is bigger than 1. If this sign doesn't mean bigger to you, write out the word bigger. Like if you're not sure what that means, bigger. The number is bigger than 1. A negative exponent would mean that the number is smaller than 1. I could also give you the number in standard notation and ask you to go the other direction. So we're always, when we're going the other direction, like let's say I have 0.00000, so 5 zeros, 22. To put it into scientific notation, my goal is to move the decimal so there's only one number that's not 0 in front of the decimal. One number that's not 0 in front of the decimal. So first ask myself, is this number bigger than 1 or less than 1? Less than 1. So my exponent better be negative. How many times do I have to move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in scientific notation, this would be 2.2 times 10 to the negative 6th. If I had written a whole bunch of numbers after this, 0.00000222167. At a certain point, it's reasonable just to round them. I'd still probably give my answer as 2.2 times 10 to the negative 6.